We're learning B'siyata Deshmaya with Dirshu, starting the Amud Yomi and Bרכות Daf Beis Amud Aleph. In order, we hope that the Ribbon Shalom will continue giving chizuk and strength to our soldiers, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu should save the hostages and release them as quickly as possible. The Mishnah says, Me'emasai Korn Shema Ba'arvin. What is the earliest time that you can read Kriyat Shema at nighttime? Mishash HaKonim Nechasim Lechol B'Trumasan. The Konim who became Tameh and they went into the mikvah, they were Tovel, they can now eat the Truma, which the Gemara is going to say is Tzeitzek HaChavim. Then the Gemara now has Mishnah has three different opinions of the different times of the latest time to read Kriyat Shema at nighttime. The first opinion is Rabbi Eliezer at Sof HaShmar Rishona. We'll learn in the Gemara about the different breakups of the evening, but this is the first third of the night. V'chachamim omrim ad chatzos, until chatzos. Rav Gamliel says ad she'el amud ha-shachar. Maisa, the Gemara brings a story. Maisu ba'banov mi beis hamishta. The children of Rabbi Gamliel came beis hamishta. Amru lo karinu shema. We didn't read Kriyat Shema. Amar lahemim lo al amud ha-shachar. If the amud ha-shachar hasn't come up, chayvim atem lekros. You still have to read Kriyat Shema. V'lo zu bavad. Amru, he didn't just say that. El kol ma shamru chachamim ad chatzot. Until chatzot mitzvatan ad sheyaleh amud ha-shachar. Whatever chacham said ad chatzot, the mitzvah is till amud ha-shachar. The Mishnah continues, Hekter chalavim ve'ivarim is mitzvatan ad she'ala amud ha-shachar, the burning of the fats. Rashi points out the fats of all the korbanos and the ivarim of the korban ola is a mitzvah ad she'ala amud ha-shachar. V'chol nechalim liyom echad, whatever is eaten for one day, Rashi points out, it's the menachos, it's the chatas, it's the asham, it's the shnei kivsei atzeres, it's the korban tamid. All that's eaten one day, v'chol nechalim liyom echad, mitzvatan is all night ad she'ala amud ha-shachar. Imkain, if you could go ad amud ha-shachar, amru chachamim ad chatzot. Why do the chachamim say ad tel chatzot? Kedei larchik adam min aveira, to distance a person from the aveira. Rashi points out that to be mizaris a person by Kriyat Shema, to make sure, do not say, oh, I got plenty of time, and through that amud ha-shachar is going to come and the zman is going to pass. Rashi also points out that the machloket of Ad Sofa Shmora Rishona, it's all the question of what is Zman Shach B'cha, what's considered the time. It says B'Shach B'cha of Kumecha. What is considered Zman Shchiva? What is that time? What's maybe if it's past a certain amount of time, past Amud HaShachar, is no longer considered Zman Shchiva of going to sleep. Therefore, if you read not only afterwards, but even beforehand, you're not Yotze. And therefore, Rashi says, Him came in the second Rashi in the Masechet. Why do we read in the Beit Knesset? So he says beautifully, Kedei lamud b'tfilah mitoch divrei Torah, and that's what the Yerushalmi brings down in order that when we go into Shemon Esrei, we go through divrei Torah. Just one other piece, the Vilna Gaon points out that this is B'lashon Rabim, as opposed to in Birchos Kriyat Shema, which is Bashachar Mivarech in the Lashon Yachid, because the Vilna Gaon says that Birchos Kriyat Shema, one person could be motzi others, and that's why it's Lashon Yachid. Versus Kriyat Shema, which is your own Kabbalah Tomachut Shamayim, you should be doing it all yourself, and that's the Ritva also in Masechet Megillah that says that it's Korin over here, Meimatai Korin at Shema Ba'arvit versus the Mishnah in Megillah, which is Megillah Nikris, it's red, right? Because there is no Shomea Ka'ona over here by Kabbalah Tomachut Shamayim, you have to do it yourself. Says the Gemara. The Gemara says, Tana Hechaka, you started off Me'emasai from the time, you skipped a stage. Where are you coming from? That you know, how do you even know that you have a chiyuv to say Kriyat Shema? Diktani that you stated Me'emasai, Visu, and furthermore, Ma'ishna, why are we starting Diktani Me'arvis? Why are we starting from Aravit, Bereisha, the Kriyat Shema nighttime, listening, the Shachris Bereisha, the B'Shachris Bereisha. Tosfos points out, as we see by Tefillah, that we say, Et HaKeves Echad Taseva Boker. So maybe that's the Havamina, we should start out in the morning, Bereisha. So the Gemara gives two answers. The first one is Tana Akroikai, it goes on the Pasuk, this Echziv B'Shach B'Chav Kumecha. First the nighttime, then the daytime. And that's the pshat. Zman Kriyat Shema Deshchiva aim us for more time. Mishash HaKohanim Nechasim Lechol B'Trumatam. The time when the Kohanim who were tamei and went to the mikveh, they can eat the truma. Second answer, V'Bay Seima Yalev from Ma'aser Bereishis Briasa Sha'olam Techtiv Vayer Vayivoker Yom Echad. Again, night coming for the daytime. Yehachi asked the Gemara Sefer Diktani, the Sefer later on that says Meimatai Korin Shema of Shacharit, and then it talks about the Birchos of Kriyat Shema. It first does B'Shachar. In Shacharit, you make the two brachas beforehand and one afterwards. And only then, Uba Erev, you make the two brachas beforehand and the two afterwards. According to your logic, based on the pasuk, the Mishnah should have said, gone back and said the Erev listening to Arvis Bereisha? The Gemara answers, Tana. Once Pasach B'Arvis, we started by Arvis. V'hadar Tani Shachris. Once we mentioned Me'emasai Korn Shema B'Shachris, Adekai B'Shachris. Once we're already talking about Shachris, Perish Mili the Shachris. We explained the words of Shachris. V'hadar Perish Mili the Arvis. Amar Mar. The Gemara says, Mishash Konim Nechasim Lecho B'Tshumatan. That's the earliest time to daven, say Kriyat Shema at nighttime. Ask the Gemara Michti. Konim Me'emas Kachli B'Tshuma. When is this time? Mishas Seis Kochavim. So say it simply. Listening, the Gemara says, say Mishas Seis Kochavim. We should say the Kohanim could just say when is the earliest time. Say from Seis Kochavim. What are you Hakim Aichanik over here saying that it's Mishasha Kohanim Nechasim Lecho B'Tshumatan? So the Gemara says Milsa Agav Orche Kamash Malan. It's coming to teach me another din, which is what Kohanim Emas Ka'achli B'Tshuma. When do they eat Truma? Mishas Seis Kochavim. And the bigger chiddush here is Vakamash Malan. The kapara, let's say it's a mitzora or a zava, that even if you went to the mikvah and you have to bring a korban the next day, that's not me'akev. The kapara lo ma'akva. The Tanya is we're going to learn in the Breita. Pasuk says uva shemesh v'taher and bia shimsho me'akavto. We care about the sun going down melachot truma from eating truma ve'im kaparoso me'akavto melachot truma. But it's kapara does not hold him back from eating truma. The Gemara is going to now ask, how do we know that that's how you learn it? We mind the hayu b'shemesh is bias hashemesh. Is the sun going down? V'hai v'taher means that he is now tahor. The Gemara on Beis Hamabez is going to say maybe Dilma Bias Oruhu. Maybe it means that it's coming the day of the sun that I really need. Again, B'yom Hashmini, to bring the korbanos. Umay v'taher is not the day, but it's tahir as a gavra. That's going to be the question which we'll start tomorrow, just to end off Rav Al Yashiv. So Tzal says, Me'emasai. We see in Torah Shabachtav, again, we see a strong connection between Torah Shabachtav and Torah Shabal Peh. Rav El Yashiv says, Rosh Tavarcha Emes. Anochi is with an aleph in Aseret HaDibrot. Me'ematai here, the beginning of the Mishnayos, and Tana Hechakoy, the beginning of the Talmud. That's the Rashi Tevos of Emes. That's Rosh Tavarcha Emes, both in the Bechtav and Ba'peh, spells out the word Emes, Uktiv, and we know that that's what Hashem is, and Mishpatei Hashem Emes.